how do I go about buying general liability insurance if I'm a contractor? Well, there's a few things to think about, or at least understand when you're going about buying this type of insurance to protect your business. One is, what type of carrier, what type of insurance company am I getting? How is the policy set up? Is it an admitted carrier? Is it a non-admitted carrier? Is it a risk retention group? Those are the first three things that you want to know about when you're getting your quotes for your general liability insurance. Admitted means that it's admitted in the state that you're in. It means that it's being regulated by the state that the policy is at. Non-admitted means it's an out-of-state policy. It's not being regulated by the Department of Insurance wherever you are. And a risk retention group means that it's a group of people that put together funds to create an insurance piece that can protect the contractor. But it doesn't go and doesn't follow the same regulation and the same rules as a regular insurance company. And that's the reason why the risk retention groups are so much cheaper. And the process, if there's a claim, changes, and the way things are handled change. So those are the three different groups. The admitted insurance is usually you want to get for sure is if you're going to work for cities and states. The non-admitted you're going to get is if nobody else will take it, if there's not an admitted policy or program available to you. Sometimes you'll see plumbers, residential plumbers, it's hard to find them in admitted insurance. So a lot of times they have to get the non-admitted insurance. Doesn't mean the coverage isn't as good, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to protect you, but you have to go with what's being offered in the marketplace and what you can buy and can't buy. A lot of the companies are big financial companies that do sell the non-admitted insurance, so it doesn't mean that it's a less of insurance. It just depends on the paper that it's written on, the type of contract it's on. So those are the three different types of insurance. The next thing is, how much coverage should I get? Should I get a $1 million policy? Should I get a $2 million policy? So this is how it usually works. A $1 million policy is set up with coverage for residential construction. The $2 million coverage is usually for commercial construction. And I do recommend that you just get the $2 million insurance because the price and coverage is very little and you get twice the coverage. So you're not saving very much money by getting the $1 million coverage. And you may work on a commercial job, you never know. So you would have it and you would be ready to bid on it and take those jobs and not wondering if your insurance would protect you. The other thing to think about is when you call in and you get a quote for your contractor's insurance, your liability insurance, how much time does your broker spend with you? Do they actually ask you detailed questions of what are you doing, how are you doing it, and who are you working for? Are they residential jobs? Are they new construction jobs? Are you working as a subcontractor? These are the questions that take time to make sure that we get you the right policy and the right coverage to protect your business. So how are they rating your insurance? It's coming off your gross receipts. The gross receipts is showing how much exposure there is for you. So if you're doing $100,000 a year in gross receipts compared to $1 million a year in gross receipts, the exposure of a claim, the chances of a claim coming in are much lower or much higher. And according to that is how they're coming up with their price to give you for your premium. The other thing that they're looking at is they're looking at your employee payroll. So if you had 1 employee or if you have 10 employees, it's going to change according to the price because the exposure again is bigger if you have more people working for you and there's more chances of a claim to come in. And the other one is the subcontractor cost. So if you're subbing out half your work, but you make sure that your subcontractors are licensed and insured, then that could lower the price of the policy because now your insurance carrier can go out and actually collect money from the subs or use the subs insurance to pay for the claim if there's a problem. So the three things that they're looking at to come up with your premium and the cost of your insurance is going to be your gross receipts, your subcontractor's cost for the year, and your employee payroll. And this will all be a year. And when you call or you're trying to get your liability insurance, a lot of people are thinking, well, I'll just get liability insurance for this one job I'm working on. But the truth is, you can get a policy that just follows one job. But typically those jobs are $1 million jobs or more that are just a policy that just cover one job that could go for 6 months or go for 3 years. But the policies are usually annually. So every year, it goes 1 year is how the policies are sold. And you can think of most insurance as 6 months or to a year. And it's the same with the general liability insurance. So there's a lot of information about general liability insurance. From the cost, the coverage, who will take your policy. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to email me or call me and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. I hope this helped.